Sergi Roberto's return to Camp Nou felt like a storybook, chapter written in real time, a hometown hero stepping back into a place that shaped him, this time wearing Como's colours and meeting the roar of a crowd that refused to let him leave quietly. Last night's Joan Gamper trophy was supposed to be a pre-season friendly, but it became a farewell and a reminder. Barcelona cruised to a 5-0 win, yet the headline wasn't just the scoreline, but the emotion simmering in the stands and on the pitch. The clean sheet and 5-goal procession underlined how sharp Hansi Flick's side looked in attack, but for many the night will be remembered for one man's quiet return and the applause that filled the stadium. For Sergi Roberto, it was his first time back facing Barcelona since his departure in August 2024, and the moment cracked open in an instant. He was welcomed by chants and, when he was substituted later in the game, delivered a scene that felt less like a substitute being taken off and more like a homecoming. Fans rose, players applauded, and in that long ovation you could feel the weight of a career carried by loyalty, history, and shared memory. He entered in the second half to help Como chase balance and was later subbed off in the 70s amid the cheers, a small clock moment stamped into what will be remembered as a generous goodbye. After the match, Roberto's words, plain and honest as his time on the field, he spoke of being very happy to be back, of gratitude for the chance and the chance to see old teammates again, and of the club's hold on him when he called Barca the club of my life. He paid tribute to the new generation, singling out Lamine Yamal as a player who, when inspired, becomes almost impossible to stop, and he offered sympathetic remarks about the recent tensions around Marc-Andre ter Stegen, saying simply that he celebrated the fact that things had been fixed and that he wished everyone the best. Those comments read as the voice of someone who lived the highs and the politics and who still sees the team's identity beyond headlines. What does a night like this tell us about Barcelona's moment? First, that the club keeps renewing itself. The attacking bite on display signals a side in motion, hungry and confident, and youngsters like Lamine are being handed the room to shine. A generational relay that both honours the past and races toward the future. Second, farewells like Roberto's show how the club's culture persists. Camp Nou doesn't forget its own, and those rituals, chants, ovations, embraces, reinforce an identity no transfer window can erase. Finally, the ter Stegen mention and the public reconciliation around him hint that the club is keen to tidy loose ends before a competitive season begins, balancing headline-making issues with a focus on performance. These threads together make Roberto's night feel like more than nostalgia. It was a moment of passing blessing and a nudge that the torch is being carried forward. In the end, watching the applause sweep across the Johan Cruyff Camp Nou terraces as Sergi Roberto left the pitch turned a friendly into a living memory. The scoreboard read one story, the stands another. For Roberto, there's consolation in the warmth of those last moments under the lights, and for Barcelona, there's a clearer picture of where the club is headed, ambitious, youthful, and very much alive. If last night taught us anything, it's that football's most powerful moments aren't always the goals. Sometimes they're the quiet returns, the clasped hands, the shared thank yous that remind us what the game is about. If you want more breakdowns of what this means for Barca's season, the academy, and players like Lamine and ter Stegen, subscribe and stay with us, because some farewells open entire new chapters. Hook 100-word opening included at top of the script. Last night, former Barcelona captain Sergi Roberto walked back into Camp Nou wearing Como's colours and the stadium hushed, then rose as one. What should have been a routine Joan Gamper friendly transformed into an emotional send-off, a standing ovation, tearful applause, and candid words about Barca's new era, Lamine Yamal's meteoric rise, and the ter Stegen saga. Roberto's return wasn't just nostalgia. It was a rereading of a club in transition and a reminder that legends still shape the story. Tonight we unpack that night, the meaning behind the ovation, and what it signals for Barcelona's future.